This is part 4 of the pond skimmer pump. So it's been a few days now, having the water low. You still don't mind, do you, ladies, huh? Yeah, they're like, hey, we can swim, we're happy. That's all that matters. So I believe the concrete is good now, and we're gonna go ahead, well, Earth Creek, go ahead and empty the water in there, test out the seal, and get the pump rolling again and see exactly how well this is working. And you're gonna wanna make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, because in the next update, we'll be installing the solar panel for the water pump. That's gonna be really cool. So let's walk back here real quick. I'll show you what's going on. You like the Hare Krishna? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Right? It's a good way to be silly and keep the sun out of the, or be able to see the hair out of the eyes. So you can see it's dry now. Still has a little bit of wetness to it, you can tell, but it's definitely dry. When you tap on it, like, it echoes, which is pretty sweet. So it definitely, you know, can dry more, and it will dry more, but at this point it's sealed. It's not gonna like dissolve, and even under the water it's gonna continue to dry. You're like, wait, it can dry underwater? Yeah, concrete, once it actually starts to set, will dry underwater. Look at the Hoover Dam. If it didn't behave that way, the Hoover Dam would dissolve. All that concrete would just, dam wouldn't work too well. So it literally, the longer it ages, becomes more and more like a rock, harder and harder and harder. And same with that earthcrete. So one thing about concrete, if it dries too quick, it cracks and it doesn't have a good strength to it. Well, when we mix earth with the Portland cement, then all that organic matter is holding moisture. It's not like the sand and the gravel that we add into our concrete normally that has no water absorption at all. So all the water just dissipates and it creates like a vacuum. And so when we make the earthcrete, it just is like solid. And if I hold my hand on here for a while, unlike concrete, this will actually start to warm up, and it'll like hold that temperature. It won't just keep sucking and sucking and sucking. But it becomes much harder because the curing time is much longer. It's a slower process, which makes a stronger bond. So now we get to dump these guys in the pond. There you go. In you go. And once we get it full enough, then we can turn the pump on and test it out. Yeah, what do you ladies think? Oh yeah. Well, does that get you excited, Mia? Huh? Does that get you excited? Yeah. Yeah, is that fun? You like the water? Yeah. Yeah. In you go. It's almost high enough to overflow. What's really gonna get to go is putting the pond in. So what I'm gonna do is take that pump out, run the cord over here, and then just shoot the water, boom, into the pond. Now we begin the process of filling the pool back up.
The pond.
Well, using the pool to fill the pond, yeah. Look at how like nitrogen enriched this water is. It's gonna be great once it's filtered and that charcoal is running. I'll probably have to replace the charcoal since the water's already dirty. Like, I don't know, maybe like the end of the week or so, but after that, charcoal will start like lasting a lot longer because it won't have so much to absorb so quickly. So we're gonna take this hose, because I just converted it to the pump, and we're gonna run that behind the pond liner on the back of the pond, and we're gonna bring it over on this side and build the waterfall. So that way the water falling will hit this side and push all the feathers and everything that way towards the skimmer. And that'll really help with the filtration. And you'll have a great view from the bedroom of the waterfall. So. And we'll also be building a cover for the pond skimmer because you don't really want to just look at it the way it is. It'll all look nice and beautiful by the time we're done. And look at that, the very first trickles of water coming into the filter. There we go, it's starting to rise. Yeah, so I went ahead and added the lava stone all the way to the bottom of the first, or to the top of the first bucket, the bottom of this rim here. And that way now it's like completely max full of charcoal or lava, and this will make sure that, let me grab those extra stones out of there, that all the water coming into here is going through here, down through the bottom, and then drifting into here. And anything else will, like, no matter what, it's all being filtered through the lava. And there's lots of lava. But you can see, look at the water. It's starting to flow in, starting to rise. See? River's becoming bigger and bigger. Yeah, river's becoming bigger and bigger. The pool's getting emptier and emptier. Yeah. And then, so once we have the pool emptied and all that water back in here, then we'll take our pump, put it in here, turn it on, and start running the filter. And then the solar panel and pump is running a little late, unfortunately. But as soon as it's here, we'll go ahead and make a video of installing that. And that is going to be amazing because, one, no electrical costs to run this pond. It is just running completely on its own, and it'll stay filtered. It'll be so easy to manage because all you'll have to do is come in here and grab feathers and empty the pond skimmer, or empty the charcoal. And so, like, and you can even make, see, we got the fire pit built yesterday. Look at that, isn't that sweet? So now there's a nice fire pit. I'm gonna carve a seat in the stump there. So then you got a nice comfortable seat to sit in while you're basking in the fire. That's gonna be really sweet. And so I'm gonna make a video on that as well, on carving it. Try and get Nicole to videotape me doing it. I think she's looking for something to do. So you'll want to make sure you check out that video as well. That's why you have to hit the like and subscribe. How's it going, Prana? Look at you see the water flowing in. Look at the skimmer starting to work, huh? Oh, Mia. You okay, girly girly? Why do you try the hardest way of getting out? You're injured. You got the screw in you. You got the screw in you. Take it easy. That, my friends, is one lesson that we learned the hard way about poultry, is they have to have grit. They have to have rocks. And when the fires came, not last year, but the year before, we took our girls to Minnesota, to my sister's for refuge, because it was just so crazy smoky here. And she ate a screw. Because my sister has all clay, we have all kinds of gravel. And so she didn't have anything in her gizzard, so she ate something weird. And we actually lost Luna, one of our other ducks, because of that as well. But she's still kicking. There we go. Filling up. We'll test this pump out here in a moment, but you can see, look, see how it's already filtering? And then the pump's not even on, but you can see all the feathers are pushing this way. So as long as we have the water on that side or here, it's all that on top is going to circulate through. And it's going to be sweet because this water, you'll see it get clearer and clearer as the process goes. What do you think, ladies? So we got the hose strung around. Makeshift waterfall at the moment. Pumps back in here running. See, I have the hose filling up the pond the rest of the way because I had to dump so much extra water. So, and I'm not going to wait for the rain to fill it back up. And you can see it getting higher and higher. You see how that homemade screen is filtering out the big stuff. One thing cool about this is, even if it gets a little bit higher than that, as long as it doesn't overflow this, so we can even go above this bucket completely, that's still going to filter it all out, and it's not going to clog anything because those feathers aren't going to be able to get too far deep in there to do any have any issue. They're just going to bind up with the charcoal, which is perfectly okay. So what's nice is this gives us a good like 4 or 5 inches of volume, which is several hundred gallons of water of like leeway. So what's cool is you can fill the pond up with the miscible if there's not enough rain, and then we're gonna have a 2-way on here, so that way you can actually water the garden and everything from the pond water, and then only fill the pond with the miscible or with rainwater. In some parts of the year you'll never have to add water because of the rain, in other parts of the year you will, but the thing is it'll make sure that all the chlorine, everything like that is dissipated, and all the water is enriched with fertilizer from the ducks. But look at how quickly this is working. Look at all those feathers just making their way in here. It's look at that. You can see the film build up on that already. So all that shit is just coming in here and flowing, and we're almost up to the level we want. So now that we're about to touch that top bar, I'll go ahead and shut off the miscible, because we'll want to make sure that we leave a little bit of room for rain, you know, so that way it's not just overflowing. But you can see here we can go up quite a bit more high. Yeah, so the overflow is right here, so like the water has to get up to that level, just a couple inches from the top before it'll actually overflow, and then it overflows into here and runs out into this lower spot and feeds out this way. And the point of that is to make sure that you can keep the water from pulling too much over the septic area, because this is where the septic is. And you notice we got all the trees and everything removed around, so that way the septic is nice and clear. And one thing nice is the drainage here is just crazy good. So all this gravel, all this rock you see is from under this soil. This all came here. I did not have any rock brought here. This is all from the soil. And so one thing nice about that is the drainage is just so good. So you don't have to, we've never had any issues with the drainage field or anything. So, which is perfect. And one thing cool is we're on our own septic here, so we're not paying for our shit. All right. One thing I gotta tell you is FedEx just arrived, so you're gonna want to make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because after this video is coming the installation of the solar panel to the solar pump. That's right, before I even finished this video, it was running late, but it's here now. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. What do you gotta say about that, ladies? What do you gotta say about that? Yeah, you having fun?